And what they say is, you will die in 7 days. 7 days.
They say if you watch it, you die in 7 days. That simple curse was enough to terrify an entire generation when The Ring hit theaters in 2002. For many of us, it wasn't just a horror movie, it was an experience. VHS tapes suddenly felt dangerous. Televisions in dark rooms became unsettling. And that pale girl with the long black hair, she crawled straight out of the screen and into our nightmares. But here's the thing, most people don't know. Behind this terrifying modern legend lies a twisted history of real cursed tapes, haunted sets, subliminal messages, and production secrets so bizarre, they're scarier than the movie itself. Today, we're uncovering 21 weird facts you didn't know about The Ring. Fact 1. The Ring was a remake of a Japanese masterpiece. The Ring is based on Ringu, 1998, the Japanese horror classic directed by Hideo Nakata. Hollywood studios were so shaken by Ringu's eerie VHS curse that they rushed to adapt it for American audiences. Many of the most disturbing images in The Ring, like the distorted faces and water imagery, were directly inspired by Japanese folklore. Fact 2. The VHS tape had real subliminal images. The cursed videotape wasn't just random horror imagery. Director Gore Verbinski carefully layered it with disturbing subliminal flashes, like insects, burning trees, and distorted human figures. These images were designed to burrow into your subconscious, leaving you unsettled long after the film ended. Fact 3. Naomi Watts wasn't the first choice. Before Naomi Watts landed the role of Rachel Keller, several A-list actresses were considered, including Jennifer Connelly and Gwyneth Paltrow. But Verbinski chose Watts because she brought a vulnerable, grounded performance. Someone who felt like an everyday person, not a glamorous Hollywood star. Fact 4. The film nearly got an R rating. Despite its eerie PG-13 rating, The Ring almost landed an R due to its disturbing imagery. The MPAA struggled with the scene of Samara crawling out of the TV. They debated whether it was too traumatic for younger viewers. In the end, the studio fought to keep it PG-13, making it one of the scariest PG-13 films ever made. Fact 5. The creepy horse scene was filmed with real horses. Remember the disturbing scene where the horse panics and leaps off the ferry? That was filmed using real horses and practical effects. Trainers worked closely with the animals to keep them safe, but the final product was so realistic that many viewers assumed it was CGI. Fact 6. DreamWorks sent out cursed VHS tapes as marketing. Here's where it gets twisted. Before the movie's release, DreamWorks created blank VHS tapes containing the cursed video. They secretly left them in public places with no explanation. People who found them thought they'd stumbled onto something genuinely sinister, and many freaked out when they later saw the same footage in theaters. And if you thought that's chilling, wait until fact number 10, where one actor's performance blurred the line between acting and actual possession. Fact 7. The release date was delayed. After test screenings, test audiences found the original cut so disturbing that DreamWorks delayed the release by months to re-edit the film. Some scenes were toned down, while others were enhanced for maximum psychological effect. Ironically, the delays only built up hype, making the film even scarier when it finally premiered. Fact 8. The distorted faces were inspired by old ghost photography. The warped, stretched faces of Samara's victims were inspired by 19th century spirit photography. Early photographers often captured ghostly blurs and distortions by accident, and Verbinski used that aesthetic to suggest Samara's curse infected not just bodies, but even the camera itself. Fact 9. The film crew tried to keep the set haunted. To maintain a creepy vibe, Verbinski kept the set dark, cold, and unsettling. Crew members reported feeling watched during late-night shoots, especially when filming Samara's well. Some even refused to go near the well set alone. Fact 10. Davi Chase's Samara performance was so disturbing, it scared the crew. Davi Chase was only 12 years old when she played Samara. Despite her age, she delivered such an unsettling performance that even the crew admitted she scared them on set. Her movements, whispers, and blank stares felt almost unnatural, leading some to joke she was possessed by the role. Fact 11. The TV crawl was mostly practical effects. Samara crawling out of the TV wasn't just CGI. Davi Chase actually performed much of the movement, with clever editing and digital touch-ups to make her limbs look wrong. The final shot combined real physical performance with subtle computer effects, which is why it still feels disturbingly real. Fact 12. The well scene was a nightmare to film. The sequence of Rachel trapped in Samara's well required a massive water tank and a set designed to flood repeatedly. Naomi Watts had to spend hours submerged in freezing water, doing take after take. She later admitted it was the most physically exhausting role of her career. And speaking of exhaustion, wait until fact number 16, where we'll talk about terrifying real-life nightmares during filming. Fact 13, the original ending was much darker. In early drafts, Rachel doesn't figure out how to survive the curse. The film would have ended with her death, leaving the audience with no answers. Test audiences hated the hopelessness, so the ending was rewritten to include the twist, you only survive by making a copy of the tape. Fact 14, The Ring influenced every horror film after it. After The Ring's success, Hollywood was flooded with J-horror remakes. The Grudge, Dark Water, Pulse, One Missed Call. None matched the same impact. The Ring set the blueprint for early 2000s horror. Pale girls, cursed objects, and psychological dread over cheap jump scares. Fact 15, the VHS tape was built from real symbols of death. Every shot in the cursed tape has meaning. The ladder represents suicide. The centipede is a symbol of decay. The burning tree reflects pain and rebirth. Verbinski layered the imagery with genuine occult symbolism so it felt ancient and otherworldly. Fact 16, Naomi Watts had nightmares during filming. Watts admitted that the role bled into her subconscious. She would wake up sweating from dreams of Samara standing at the foot of her bed. The blurring of fiction and reality made her performance feel raw and genuinely terrified. Fact 17, a hidden Easter egg appears if you pause the DVD. When the film was released on DVD, it contained a cursed extra. If you selected the hidden menu option, the cursed videotape would play, and once it ended, your DVD player became cursed, disabling all functions until the tape finished. A brilliant and creepy marketing trick. Fact 18, the film nearly starred Chris Cooper in a major role. Oscar-winning actor Chris Cooper was cast in a subplot as a child murderer. His scenes were filmed but later cut because they distracted from the main story. Cooper was reportedly fine with it, joking that it was the weirdest paycheck he ever earned. Fact 19, the Japanese creator loved the remake. Unlike many remake controversies, Ringu creator Hideo Nakata praised The American Ring. He said Verbinski's version captured the spirit of his story while adding its own layer of dread. He was so impressed that he later directed The Ring 2. Fact 20, Samara's hair was inspired by Japanese ghosts. Samara's long black face-covering hair is rooted in Japanese folklore. In many ghost stories, female spirits hide their faces behind hair, symbolizing shame, vengeance, and death. By keeping Samara's face hidden until the final moments, the film amplified her terror. Fact 21, Samara's voice was a blend of Davy Chase and digital distortion. Here's the kicker, Samara's whispering voice wasn't just Davy Chase. Sound designers blended her dialogue with distorted animal cries, slowed down shrieks, and warped frequencies. The result was a voice that sounded human, but not entirely of this world. So when Samara whispers, 7 days, you're not just hearing a little girl, you're hearing something inhuman. And there you have it, 21 weird facts you didn't know about The Ring, 2002. Which fact freaked you out the most? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button if you'd risk watching the tape, and subscribe for more terrifying dives into horror cinema.